Welcome back to the Design Huddle. I was supposed to think of some clever hook to get everyone super engaged to get excited about this episode, but of late, I've been watching a lot of YouTube and just learning more about content creation. This may come as a surprise to many of you, but Mustafa and I are actually not content creators by trade. So we're learning a lot of this. That's kind of like why we originally wanted to start Design Huddle. So today I thought we could kind of, pull back the curtain, talk a little bit about like what our strategy has been, and also talk about, the 7 best websites like that you probably don't know of, that you've never heard of, that can kind of help with growing your podcast, YouTube channel, personal brand, anything in between. So I stumbled on some of these. I saw a handful of these on TikTok. I saw some of these as YouTube creators have recommended. And I think there's 1 or 2 that you probably have heard of, but I just want to talk through the value of them. So that's today's episode, the best websites that you probably have never heard of that will help you grow your small business and personal brand. But before that, Mustafa, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm fully vaccinated.
We need some sort of like buzzer that we can hit to get everyone. That's great news. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm always
I'm
always kind of reluctant to talk. Well, I'm all right. I was always reluctant to say anything because I think one of the I've seen people posting stuff on social media saying, "No, but vaccine." It's kind of, I don't know. I'm finding it to be a bit crass, especially that the vaccine isn't in every country. So it's almost like boasting about something. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm feeling all right. I was a bit exhausted after the first one, but yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, just on that note, I feel super fortunate that we have the option. People in other places are really struggling to have the option to get a vaccination. So
yeah,
let's hope that the progress continues, because it's been great to see the U.S. slowly getting back to normal. I know some European countries have made great strides as well. So, let's dive into it. So today, first one I wanted to talk about is Veed.io. So it's Veed.io. And one of the most annoying parts of content creation, but important parts of content creation, is creating subtitles. Subtitles, for a lot of reasons, are very important. One, just, obviously it's great for accessibility. 2, people are more and more in situations where they can't actually, listen to audio. Example, on a subway, don't have headphones, but you still want to consume content. If you don't have subtitles, you're basically immediately shutting off that user group. So Veed, I don't know if I'm saying it right, it's Veedio, is a video editing software. I think they give you a free trial, but it helps you create videos with a single click. You can add subtitles, transcribe audio, and you can actually do a lot more. So Mustafa, I know you have been kind of the mastermind genius behind editing a lot of our YouTube videos. So I wanted to pick your brain. Do you see a tool like this helpful, first off? And number 2, what's the most painful part of like editing videos for you right now?
Okay, I think the name is Video, but it's Veed.io, so they've tried to make the play on video.
Oh yeah, that definitely wasn't. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's supposed to be said video. I'm just reading it like an idiot. It's supposed to be like video.
No, it's because it's VEED.io, right? So it's video. Anyways, the interesting thing with like video, it's like, because the way the tool that we use is called Riverside to record the podcast. So it records video and audio, so which I think we should add to the list as well. But the videos record separately. So I think one of the hard parts is combining them together. But Riverside allows you an automated way to do that. The only challenge is if there's any gaps in the video, or like sometimes we've had technical problems where one of our things don't work, then stitching stuff together becomes a bit harder. So it's like having the video side by side surprisingly is a pain. I've been using iMovie to do that at times, but then iMovie is very basic, in terms of video editing. But for most of the simple stuff, it works. And then another tool I've been using is OpenShot Video Editor, which is a lot more like a proper video editor, but it's like free as well. So yeah, most of these tools are quite hard when you feel like hard getting into an understanding to begin with. So something like a simple editor like on like video or Veed.io, whatever we're going to call it, is really, really cool. Anything that's web-based, that really helps. I think a lot of the tools are now moving to be purely web-based. In terms of like, what do you call it? Subtitles. I've noticed now what YouTube does is when you're scrolling videos, like the sort of like recommendations, if you pause on one of the recommendations, it will start playing, but with subtitles. So you can actually read it without listening to any audios. And that's actually quite nice. So you can watch the first few minutes to see whether you're actually interested in the subject. So yeah, I think this is a really good tool. Anything that just makes it really simple for content creation. I suppose the danger of these kind of tools is it means everyone starts creating content, and then, but then I suppose that's the difference between high quality and low quality. But I like the fact that you can adjust contrast, and it seems that you can add imagery and stuff into this. So it's more than just adding subtitles and transcribing audio. It seems a lot more than just that, like simple video editing. Yeah,
I mean, so originally, like, I was looking for good subtitle solutions, but they do a ton of stuff. I mean, they help you cut video for social, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc., which is a huge pain point. So yeah. I work with a lot of content creators, and one of the most challenging thing is if you're a YouTuber and you want to cut your video and put it in portrait, there's a lot of editing that has to go in place to basically repurpose that content to push to social, cut it down to different lengths. So anywhere you can have, like, I think the ideal solution for content creators is you create like one high quality version of it, and then you can chop it down and basically export it to the different social platforms. So it kind of fits that model. And there's like the least amount of like editing and additional work that needs to happen. Because you can imagine that if you're writing to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, like that's, 5 different platforms that you're creating content for. So having one place, the kind of one central piece of content that you're chopping up and repurposing is like, the right way to do it. So yeah, video is a site that kind of I just stumbled upon. I'm going to kind of test it out over the next week, but I think that's a really good one to start with. One thing to note is like just looking at the price bands, it's generally free, like just to upload videos. Obviously there's limitations, but if you actually want to do the branded stuff, so I think there's like branding tools. I think this is what's like making custom watermarks and stuff like that. That's when you actually have to pay for like the pro version, which it seems to be £18 a month now. They've got like a deal on, which I think might be $25 a month. So yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to do like professional things on a regular basis, it's worth checking out. It'll be definitely worth checking out the free one, but I'd like to try. I mean, it's a shame. I wonder if the tool actually allows you to try out the brand tools, but doesn't allow you to publish them, just to see if it works. But yeah, no, it's worth checking out. I think this is quite an interesting tool. Yeah, that one's video. Yeah. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Design Huddle. The opinions expressed are solely our own and do not express the views or opinions of our employer.